The most significant development is the fact that the Gatchalian group is not legally sure as of its stand, no? Concerning the Senate Burhaka. Bakit nasabi ko na hindi sila sure sa kanilang legal stance? Maski nga siguro ordinaryo na tao, alam na yung quorum ng 24, hindi talaga yan 12. At saka yung Avellino na, ruling in 1949, Avellino versus Cuenco. Sino ba yan si Avellino? Isa po siyang senador, dating Senate President po, noong 1940s po. At saka habang siya po ay isang Senate President, mayroong mga issues din noon, no? Bago pa lang yung ating republika. At nung nagkaroon yung issue na yun, nag-walk out siya in the middle of the session at sila Senator Cuenco po ang naging king Senate President noon. At yun po ang kanilang ginawang kasihanan. Pero alam naman natin, binasa po natin yung Avellino versus Cuenco, and I am very happy that many lawyers supported us in our move to likewise issue a public statement. Lahat po ito, mga miyembro at mga dating opisyal, ang iban po, mga dekano, at magtuturo po batas sa buong Pilipinas. No? 1 day or 2 days lang namin para yun, at marami pong mga lawyers na gandri sa atin. Kaya nga po, napadala natin ito. Siguro nabasa nila or maski sila alam na ng mga senador natin na medyo shaky talaga yung legal standing nila. Kaya nga po, iba-iba yung kanilang mga pronouncements. No? Like for example, yung notices lamang ni Senator Tolfo for the supposedly BRC hearing, Blue Ribbon Committee hearing. Paiba-iba, 3 beses ata siya nag-change ng kanyang notice. Anong ibig sabihin niya? Kung sa isang araw, 2 araw, 3 beses ka, 4 na beses ka mag-change na yung notice, it signifies something, that you are not sure of what you are doing. And it shows. It shows, no? And then, ano pa? Ang ginawa nila din is nagkaiba na yung purpose ng ng meeting. Instead na full-blown Blue Ribbon Committee hearing, naging consultative meeting na. Okay? So, anong significance nito? Pati nga sila hindi na talaga alam kung legal ba yung mga basihanan nila. Kaya ang sabi kasi, parang strategy lamang yun kasi hindi pa sila fully constituted na Blue Ribbon Committee. Kung hindi ka pa fully constituted na Blue Ribbon Committee, bakit ka magpatawag ng hearing? Bakit ka hindi mag-appoint ng iyong mga vice chairperson? Kasi nga po, duda nga sila doon sa pagka-appoint ng chairman mismo. Duda nga rin sila kung legal ba yung pagka-appoint ng acting Senate President. Ano pang ibang mga ginawa nila nung yun? Bigla na lang sila na nung nag-signify na yung mga 18 Marines, former Marines, no? Na magbaba. Kasi nandun ako. Naimbitahan ako doon. Pumunta ako sa opisina ni Senator Robin Padilla. Nung ready na silang bumaba, bigla na lang natapos. Okay? Yun ata ang pinakamadaling Blue Ribbon Committee na natapos. At saka sa daming inimbitahan nila, parang ang pinakamasigasig lamang na pumunta ay yung NBI chairman pa. Yung kanilang mga inimbita, si Congresswoman Dilima, si former Speaker Martin Romualdez, mga ibang mga congressman, ni isa walang pumunta. Tapos yung 18 Marines pumunta, nandun sa kay Senator Padilla. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Pati yung mga kakampi nila, hindi nga pumunta. Kasi nga, baka ayaw din ma-identify doon sa illegality ng kanilang proceedings. And what does this augur insofar as this illegally constituted Blue Ribbon Committee? It simply means that this committee, chaired by Senator Tulfo, for lack of a better word, is really illegal and questionable. Yun lang po aking masasabi.
Attorney, thank you very much. Medyo lumiliwanag, no? At tulad din po ng mga tao na nagtatrabaho po sa loob ng Senado, yung mga guest, and also yung mga kinatawan mula po sa iba't ibang institusyon at organisasyon na gustong-gusto talagang marinig yung hearing nung araw na yon, no? Parang napansin namin, parang maraming bakanting upuan eh. So sila mismo sa sarili nila, parang ayaw nilang mapasok sa sitwasyong alam nilang magiging kahiyahiya sila pagka lumabas yung katotohanan. But anyway, moving forward, attorney. One more question, attorney. Thank you for your answer. What was the controversy really about? Ito ba'y talagang tungkol talaga dun sa alleged former Marines? Kasi nalilito tayo eh. Or did it expose a deeper institutional problem inside the Senate?
It exposed the deeper institutional problem within the Senate, no? Because we have a situation where a certain group is claiming to be a legitimate group. And the problem is that the only basis by which they claim to have legal authority is the case of Abilino versus Cuenco. Kwento ko lang talaga ito. Wala talagang basihanan eh. Lahat po ng mga estudyante ng batas, basahin niyo po yung original form. Wag lang yung sa March 4, 1949 ruling ni Justice Briones kasi Espanyol po. No, Espanyol po yung kanyang portion. Pero yung iba po, may mga translations naman, may English naman, no? Ang nakasaad lamang doon, yung original decision talaga ng March 4, 6-4 po yung voting. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Dinismiss po yung petition ni Senator Abilino questioning the ascendancy of Senator Cuenco for lack of jurisdiction. Okay, so wala daw jurisdiction. So si Senator Cuenco daw ang presidente ng Senado. Kasi nag-walk out nga si Senator Abilino at that time in the middle of the session. Tapos yung 12 senators ni Senator Cuenco ay nag-convene, no? At first nag-election sila, parang ano, pero nung na-dismiss yung petition na kasi sa first decision, klaruhin ko lang, walang decision po na penal insofar as quorum is concerned. Bakit? 4-4-2. Okay? So, sa first decision po, wala pong penal na desisyon kung meron ba talagang quorum. Kaya, ang klaro doon, kung anumang in-explain nila based on the March 4, 1949 decision, hindi obiter dictum yun. Nasabi na inyo, sa inyo yan ng ibang mga lawyers po. Okay? Now, on motion for reconsideration, may 3 po na justices na nagsabi, okay, mag-agree na kami sa result. Okay? Sa result na si Cuenco nga ay siya na yung bagong Senate President. Okay? Sa result lang. Pero yung ratio doon sa 3 ay magkaiba-iba po. Okay? Magkaiba-iba insofar as the quorum is concerned. So kung baga, hindi mo po pwedeng gamitin yung Abilino versus Cuenco in order to use it as a legal authority to say that there was quorum. Okay? I will further explain. Kasi yung 3 nag-agree sa resulta lang. Pero hindi sila nag-agree sa quorum. Iba-iba po ang nagiging rason nila. So kung iba-iba ang rason, ratio to a result, hindi mo masasabi na binding yung kanilang decision insofar as quorum is concerned. Okay? Si Justice Feria, ang rason niya sa result, ang sabi niya is, ang ground niya doon is incumbent member theory. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Kung nung panahon kasi na nun, 22 sila. Ang sa
panahon na yon si si Senator Confessor nasa Amerika. Okay? So 24 sila. So nasa Amerika, so 23 na lang ang nandun. So kung baga, ano ang quorum nun? Hindi 12. Tama ba ko?
Yun ang
Sa
sabi.
kanya, kay Justice Feria.
Yun ang sabi.
Yun ang sabi ni Justice Feria. Kasi si Justice Feria is the Supreme Court Justice which maintained that for that purpose, no, may quorum. Si Justice Feria nga. Okay? Pero i-apply natin ito sa June 4. Maski itong kay Justice Feria, hindi mag-apply. Na i-apply natin sa June 4. Kasi ang sabi niya, no, ma-exclude sa counting sa quorum yung incapacitated to discharge by reason of death, incapacity or absence from the jurisdiction of the House. Si Senator Confessor nga, nandun sa Amerika, so for purposes of counting the quorum, -1 lang. I-apply natin dito ngayon sa June 4 na situation. Wala namang namatay. 24 pa rin sila. Wala namang incapacitated. Lahat naman sila ay nandito sa Pilipinas. Wala namang abroad. So kung baga, even if we apply the Justice Feria ruling, the incumbent member Fury ruling, hindi po pwede mag-apply yun. Okay, may pangalawa. Ito yung ginagamit nila palagi. Justice Perfectus, narrow, smaller number, emergency theory. Ito yung kinukot nila ng kaibigan kong din, ng kaibigan kong abogado, na dududa ka kung lalaki ba siya o babae, no? So, what you call this? We respect that. Pero sana magiging intellectually honest tayo. Na hindi tayo maging dishonest para hindi ma-mislead yung mga tao. Kasi si Justice Perfecto nag-concede, okay, for purposes of this, of this proceeding, okay? Ang sabi niya, for the purpose of choosing respondent merely as acting president of the Senate is an emergency measure. Hindi nila kinukwit yung emergency measure to fill the vacuum created by petitioner's desertion of the office of the presiding officer by his walkout in the session of February 21, 1949. The presence of 12 senators was enough quorum. Yan yung ginagamit nila na rason palagi. Pero gusto kong i-emphasize na pati si Justice Perfecto, merong 5 conditions na sinasaad kung kailan ito ma-apply na sitwasyon. Lahat po itong 5 conditions wala po sa June 4 incident. Kaya hindi nila pwedeng gamitin ito kung intellectually honest po sila. Ano yung first condition? This quorum requirement mentioned by Justice Perfecto is merely for a limited purpose only. What is that limited purpose? 12 sila. And that limited purpose is for the selection of the presiding officer only. Okay? So, 12 lang sila, hindi sila quorum, pwede sila may quorum for purposes of choosing the presiding officer only. Okay? And hindi po yan ibig sabihin na may power sila to declare all positions vacant. Wala yan.
Yes.
Hindi po yan ibig sabihin na may permanent officers na yung mga senado. Hindi po yan tama. Hindi po yan pwede na magiging lisensya mo to reorganize all committees. Hindi po yan included sa Justice Perfecto ruling. Hindi rin, pinakagrabe, hindi rin yan rason, legal reason for the amendment of the impeachment rules. Kasi dito, impeachment rules, ongoing na yung impeachment ni VP Sara. And it already has become a vested right. Yung rules of procedure nila na yan. Hindi mo pwede baguhin yan without informing the respondent. You could not amend the rules in the middle of a proceeding. Alam lahat yan ng mga abogado. Kaya, nagtataka talaga ako bakit bigla itong ating mga kaibigan magkaroon ng amnesia pag meron ng politika involved? They should not mislead the people. Second, ang sabi ni Justice Perfecto, okay, for this purpose alone, there is quorum, but for an emergency measure only. Okay? Emergency measure kasi 12 lang sila, nag-walk out yung isa. Anong mangyayari niyan? Okay? I-apply natin ito sa June 3, 2026 incident. Emergency measure ba yun? Hindi. It was actually the 11 senators plus 1, naging 12 sila, arrived with a prepared sequence of motions, elections, and reorganizations. No? It was clearly a plan, not an emergency. Di ba? Pinlano nila, hindi ganun ang nangyari doon sa Abilino ruling. Kasi sa Abilino, nandun si Senator Abilino, siya ang nag-preside, meron ng tayo para mag-speech sana si Senator Tanyada para ipakita kung ano yung makamalian niya. Ayaw niya may pahiya. Anong nangyari sa June 3? Ganun ba ang nangyari? Nandun ba si Senator Cayetano? Nag-preside ba? Wala eh. Absent lang siya. Kung absent siya, ibang rules ang i-follow mo. Kung wala yung yung next senator, ay ano yon, majority floor leader o president pro tempore. O kung wala yung president pro tempore na mag-preside, yung majority leader. Okay? So, kumbaga, yun ang sana ang i-follow mo. Hindi itong ginawa niya. Okay. Pangatlo, according to Justice Perfecto, for purposes of that proceeding, no, there must be a vacuum created by desertion. Kasi si Senator Abilino nun, nag-walk out, nag-desert na kanyang function. So anong gagawin yan? Even under our Constitution now, Article 6, Section 16, Paragraph 1 and 2, nag-provide po dyan that if that happens, okay, the remaining senators may dalawang option, may adjourn from day to day or direct the sergeant at arms to arrest those missing members, absent members, so that the quorum will be achieved. Yun lang, dalawa lang option. Okay? May desertion ba na nangyari nung June 3? Wala. Absent si Senator Cayetano. So dapat sana yung ginawa nila, okay, for purposes of the proceeding, meron silang temporary presiding officer. They could have adjourned from day to day or order the sergeant at arms for the arrest of those members who are absent and require them to be present. Yun lang ang kanilang authority. Okay? And then fourth, it is grounded in the smaller number provision which I have already stated. Article 6, Section 16, Paragraph 2, a smaller number, such as sila, 12, may elect a temporary presiding officer only to enable the compulsion of absent members. Yun lang, dalawa lang choices yun. Adjourn from day to day or direct the, sergeant at arms for the absent members to be compelled to appear. And then, lastly, until normalcy is restored. Lahat po ng 5 conditions ni Justice Perfecto ay wala po dun. Lastly, yung pangatlo po na nagbalik-balik in the result lang na nag-agree na si Senator Cuenco na ang presiding officer o Senate President ay si Chief Justice Moran. He was the Chief Justice or the Justice who casted the deciding vote. But meron siyang dalawang conditions din na ang tinatawag namin sa mga abogado. Ano yung conditions niya? The mere formalism theory. What is this mere formalism theory? Ang sabi niya, dalawang kondisyon. For purposes of this proceeding, may quorum lang. Pero ganito lang ha, ito lang ha. Dito kasi, maski ibalik natin, 12 ang magboto kay Cuenco. Doon naman kay Abilino, maski ibalik natin, 11 ang magboto sa kanya. Okay. Pareho ba yan sa June 3? Baliktad eh. Majority kina Senator Cayetano. So hindi na rin mag-apply yung first. Ano yung second? Exhaustion of compulsory process. Ang nangyari kasi doon sa Avellino versus Cuenco, si Senator Cuenco, dinirect nila yung sergeant at arms. Nag-issue sila ng warrant para makumpel yung Avellino clique or block na mag-attend. Nagpa-issue sila. They really attempted for them to be required to be in the Senate. Pero ang nangyari, hindi sila naging successful. Kaya nga, according to Chief Justice Moran, mere formalism yan. They followed what is required under Article 6, Section 16, Paragraph 2. Nag-issue sila ng warrant. Wala rin. Hindi pa rin appear yung Avellino. So, ano yung naman i-allow natin yung situation na yan to persist? Okay? So, for purposes of that proceeding, pwede magkaroon ng nangyari ba yan nung June 3? Nagpa-issue ba sila ng yung presiding officer ng warrant para makumpel to attend? Wala eh. So even under the Chief Justice Moran's mere formalism theory, hindi pa rin mag-apply yung Avellino ruling. O ngayon, sinasabi ko sa inyo yan ang nandun sa Avellino versus Cuenco. Kung tarong kang abogado, isahit pa ba na mo? Dili. Ang mangingilag lang ang musayat niya na. Ha? Ano ang ibig ko sabihin? I will dare say, only those who are intellectually dishonest who will continue to invoke Avellino versus Cuenco. Because in my heart and in my mind, I am 100% sure of what I am saying here. Okay, isummarize natin. Sa Avellino, what is required in Avellino? Session validly opened with constitutional quorum. Check ba yan sa 1949? Yes, kasi 22 senators were present during that time. Sa June 3, 2026, may session, may valid quorum ba at first? Wala eh. 12 lang siya, 11 nga lang eh, 12. Oh, wala sila, unlike in Avellino, may quorum sila, tapos nawala yung quorum, continuation pa rin yung quorum. Yun ang sa Avellino.
Correct.
Dito, wala. At first pala, wala na silang quorum. Okay, pangalawa, minority situation caused by mid-session walkout. Oh, nangyari ba yan sa 1949? Yes. Dito sa June 3 of 2026, nangyari ba? Hindi. Bakit? The majority bloc never attended. There was never any walkout. They were absent. Okay? Third, the excluded senator was named, ground documented on the record. Who was that excluded senator named? Senator Confessor was abroad and that was documented. Bakit yan importante? Kasi yan yung theory ni Justice Feria. Di ba? The incumbent member theory. Oh. So, anong dito naman sa June 3? May senator ba sila na name? Wala. Yung dalawa na kunyari hindi daw included, suppose press conference na lang nila sinabi. Hindi doon sa Senate session. Will that bind the Senate? Of course not. Because that is not an official Senate proceeding. Okay. Pang-apat, compulsory attendance processes invoked before proceeding. Ginamit ba nila yung requirement under Article 6, Section 16, Paragraph 2? Yung i-require, yung warrants issued, sergeant at arms directed to require them to attend? Wala, hindi nila ginawa yung June 3 of 2026. Well, fifth, mathematical certainty of same outcome with full quorum. Ito naman yung kay Chief Justice Moran na mere formalism theory. 12 would always vote for Cuenco. Okay? And the result is certain. No? Ang sa June 3, ang absent senators were the majority. Okay? At that time, At that time. And then, business limited to emergency presiding officer selection. In 1949, yes. Kasi kung 12 lang, hindi talaga yan quorum. Maski si Justice Perfecto, sinabi yan. Maski si Chief Justice Moran, sinabi yan. Okay? And there is only one act. And that is to choose an active acting Senate President for purposes of invoking Article 6, Section 16, Paragraph 2. Ang ginawa nila, lahat illegal. Ang vacancies declared, may authority ba sila? Wala. Officers elected, may authority ba sila? Wala. Committees reorganized, may authority ba sila? Wala. Impeachment was amended, ito pinakagrabe. May authority sila? Wala. Congress adjourned, may authority sila? Wala. Imagine all of this in 16 minutes. All illegal. Okay? Now, maski nga ang Avellino nagsabi, kami ha, ni-request namin yung Senado, doon sa ruling mismo, into March 4 and March 14, kailangan kayo, pag may 13 na kayo, magawa kayo ng resolution, i-ratify ninyo kung ano yung ginawa ninyo. Ha? Meaning, even the Supreme Court was advising the Senate na kailangan may ratification kayo sa lahat ng mga para maligal yung quorum na yan. Okay? So meaning, no? Even the 1949 Avellino ruling required the Senate to have a ratification act for it to be clearly valid. Meron ba yan sa June 3? Wala. Eh, diniretso nila adjournment sinidye. Oo. Oh. So, yung 5 conditions ni Justice Perfecto, na-explain ko na. Na-comply ba yun sa 1949? Yes, na-comply. Dito sa June 3, not one was complied. Yung Moran, Chief Justice Moran's 2 conditions, di ba? Yung i-require na mag-attend sila during the hearing, na-comply ba yan? Hindi na-comply. So ang conclusion natin, hindi pwede maging basihanan ang Avellino versus Cuenco ruling. Ang mga intellectually dishonest lang ang magkukot niyan to justify their